All right, everyone, here we go. It's an all signs reading. Doesn't matter what your sign is. It's straight up energy reading. It's a reading with me. I imagine one of the energies I'm trying to pull in here is Jupiter interacting with the North Node. It's the first planet this month to interact with it. There are three. The other is Pluto retrograde, and the other is Neptune. Let's talk. I'm trying to get the Jupiter energy in here right now, because Jupiter and the North Node have interacted before. They do it quite often, right? But it always has a empowering influence. It's like things go your way, and that provides confidence. There's always that kind of a thing going on. I don't know. I got a pre-shuffle here. I was very excited to hit record on. I've got the Queen of Pentacles. That's you, crossed by the Hangman. So it's a new you, moving in a new direction with the Three of Wands. A new love, right? Or a new beginning in love, or an apology, Page of Cups, with somebody from the past, or you reconciling your past in some way which allows you to move on. It could be completely enclosed. It could be completely internal. But the Six of Cups here, especially with the Emperor underneath it, would indicate for a lot of you that somebody from your past is returning, and that's been coming up in recent readings, including the Pluto retrograde reading. It is a DM energy if it is somebody new. If it's about you, it's what I said already. Jupiter interacting with the North Node tends to be empowering. I think you're coming into your power. I think this is a doe with horns. All right, I'll put it that way. It's an 8-point doe, which is not something that's generally existing, but in this case, it kind of is. It could be both for some of you, because underneath this Emperor, I've got a Death card, and that's a very powerful energy. It's a transformative energy. Something about what's happening right now is not necessarily you. You're empowering, your confidence, sure, maybe. But if we're talking about somebody returning, I'm going to shuffle for the reading. Somebody here with that Death card, you saw that buzzard on there that's been picked clean, right? Somebody attached to you, and I don't know who it is. I don't know if it's your runner or whatever, but there is someone attached to you. You may even interact with them on a daily basis, whose soul is being picked clean by the energy. It's like, in my mind's eye, the energy is a flock of vultures picking your person clean, or even hyenas, I could say. You know, it's a bit of that. I think it's for the greater good. I think it's for their own good. And I think it results in you having a new opinion of this person. Okay? Can I put it that way? It sounds all right. Okay. We'll see. Card before the cuts. Why the fuck are we here? Let's find out. This will support the pre-shuffle. Okay? So why the fuck are we here? I don't know. Let's find out. I have no idea. See? A 10 of Pentacles. Every time Jupiter interacts with the North Node, and I'm trying to pull that energy in. I'm not a fucking warlock on the hill. You know, feels like I've got it. The cards seem to, the energy that's reflecting off the cards seem to indicate I got it right. Every time Jupiter interacts with the North Node, it's life-changing. Something changes. I mean, I could use the extreme example. You win the lottery. It's that kind of thing. It's that kind of life-changing, right? It's a big deal. You're moving on up like the Jeffersons, you know, that sort of thing. I don't know. We're here because I feel like someone else's life is about to change, and that trickles down to you. I'm not going to say your life is about to change drastically. I think that happens over the course of Pluto retrograde for you. But I think there's again, the hyenas, the buzzards picking somebody's soul clean affects your life in some way. Let's cut the deck. Let's see what comes after that. All right? Let's see where we go. Yeah, the Queen of Swords. Absolutely. Somebody's making some changes, and it trickles down into your life. I said, what did I just say? I said somebody's life is changing. I think it's somebody else's. I think your life changes, but it's more of a gradual thing over Pluto retrograde's 5-month run. I think somebody's life is changing very quickly. Very, very quickly. I mean, they're making some changes. They're like a 3-year-old waving a pretend sword around in a toy store, knocking stuff off the shelves, all kinds of, I mean, they're getting rid of people. They're doing whatever. I think they end up right on your doorstep. That's what I think. I don't want you to assume this is your runner, though. I feel like this is a distant soulmate. This is somebody who, I believe, and I see it here with the Four of Pentacles holding back and stuff like, Somebody's made a lot of assumptions. I feel that within the energy. Maybe they made assumptions about you. I don't know. But somebody's made a lot. I could give an extreme example. It's somebody you haven't seen since 6th grade who's making all kinds of assumptions about how your life went because of one social media post they saw, and all of a sudden they show up under the energy of those assumptions. I don't know. That's an extreme example. You wouldn't want to take me literally on that. But somebody's doing something here. Let's find out. Let's see where we go. Changing the course of their destiny a little bit. Now, on the plus side, Jupiter is involved. It's hindered a little bit. You know, it's not a semi-sextile like Pluto retrograde and Neptune is. So its power is hindered a little bit, but there's still protection. Jupiter is always the great protector. So somebody can't do too much damage, right? Sort of like the 3-year-old spinning the sword in the toy store, knocking stuff down. Mom or dad usually catches it before too much damage gets done, right? So think of Jupiter as mom or dad energy here. All right, Mr. General reading. It may or may not resonate with you, but if the title brought you in here, or you found Steve Love Terry here for a reason. This reading is timeless. I'm not a fucking time lord. This can play out on a sliding scale for sure. I feel like it's very sudden, though. I feel like I want to say that. So when it does play out, it happens fast. I don't know. I want to see where we're going here. I think I'm kind of reading. Are we going to? Yeah, that kind of solidified. I was trying to decide between a usual reading or a pyramid reading or a square reading. I mean, what kind of reading are we going to do? I'm going to do the usual reading. This is your connection with somebody. This is the 3D energies around that person. This is their soul. This is the hidden energy message from the universe to you, often read with the energy of your connection. And right here's the potential final outcome. I say potential because I cannot predict free will. Nobody can. I will clarify everything. Throw some universe cards at the end, and you bet your sweet asses we're going to extend this one. It's one of the channel's main reads. It's a big energy, and its overall energy is 3 swords, which is why I'm pulling sort of the big reading. You know, I got to see what's fueling that. Yeah, I knew it wasn't going to be good. Yeah, I was hoping it wasn't a devil. I'm glad I got that. I think in between here, somebody's run wild. I don't know what it is. It's probably the surrounding energies. It's interacting with this. Somebody's changing the course of their life because they've made some assumptions about you. Could be your runner. I don't think it is. Could be. I don't know. If you hear about Tommy or Jill or whoever the fuck you hear about, it could be them. It's not for me to say, but it is for me to tell you. This could be anybody. It's somebody you have a soul connection with. It could be little Jimmy from fucking 6th grade. I have no idea. But in between here, they feel left out. They feel like you've suffered a loss. You're in 3 swords. They feel like they're feeling you. And they are coming to get you. I mean, they're coming to help you. It almost feels, it's not, but it almost feels crazy stalkery. You know, like somebody's made total assumptions. Somebody's run wild with stuff that isn't true and has crafted a whole plan. That's why I said I'm glad there's not a devil here. And it's the 5 of Pentacles. You don't have to call the police. You'll be perfectly fine. You could call the band. They might play for you. That'd be fine. You know, but don't call the actual police, the ones with badges. You'll be okay. You'll be okay. But yeah, somebody's made some assumptions. You're apparently you're in peril. Okay? You know. Little Steve's viewer is falling in a well, right? Lassie coming running, roof, you know, guy, I don't know. And you can't get out of it. You're down in a well and you can't get out of it. All right, let's see where we go. Energy around your connection with whoever this is. Maybe this will help you figure out who it is. I don't know. I'll do my best to give you a hand. Oh, shit. Son of a bitch. It's a powerful connection. This is God's source, the universe itself. It's judgment. You're going to do this to me? You're going to do this to me on a Tuesday? Really? Blame it on Tuesday. It's something that it's someone you haven't thought about in a while. It's a dead connection. It's a resurrection energy. They're dead. They're buried. It's gone. You know, you don't even visit the grave anymore on whoever this is. They're coming back. They're showing up. It's not just me. I know I pick on that all the time. You know, they regret it. They're turning around and coming back. But I've given you more than that here. Okay, but I got no other choice but to read it this way. When that flies in the energy of your connection, it's divinely guided. Somebody's changing the course of their destiny based on some assumptions that you've fallen in a well and you can't get out of it. I mean, there's no other way to put it. They might be coming with a collie, I don't know, lassie, I have no idea, but either way, roof, 3D energy around this person, their life, the 3D energies, the people, these are the people in their neighborhood, right? That kind of a thing. It's you. You're their only fucking neighbor. It's not even that. I mean, that's on the surface. It's you. It's Empress energy. I get it. You already reflected as Queen of Pentacles. You often reflect in my readings, as you know, as Queen of Pentacles or Empress. Yeah, that's you on the surface. But I'm going to go a layer deeper and see how it ties to this. This person is they've gone crazy. This is psycho stalker kind of a thing where they've invented a storyline around you and you need them and you've fallen in a well. And I've got to get to Steve's viewer. I've got to whatever. I mean, if they have to catch a flight to come towards you, TSA is going to hold them for a little while and make sure they're okay. I mean, this is the makings of a cavity search right here. I don't know who this person is, but we need to get them in the back room right now. You need to search them, okay? I don't have a devil here. It's not that dangerous, but somebody is a little overly emotional. Dare I say hysterical. And I don't think, and I don't mean they're acting out that way to everybody, but internally hysterical. That you're in peril. You're in some kind of trouble. You've fallen in a well and you can't get out of it. Oh my God. Oh my God. It's a whole lot of, we've been getting oh my God a lot lately in these damn readings. Too much. The DM side's losing their damn mind. I mean, they're usually blame-shifting narcissistic assholes, but now it's become crazy. Now they're just making shit up that doesn't even sound real. I mean, if this person came up to me and goes, Steve, you got to help me. The DF is trapped in a well. I mean, I might check them in. I might say, sure, let's go, but I'm actually taking them to the hospital. You know what I'm saying? All right, somebody's hysterical here. But yeah, that's you. Over you. Right? Okay. Their soul. It bookends judgment. I gotta laugh. It's disappointment. It's the Page of Swords. What's the best way to phrase this? It's almost like it's not a spying. Well, yeah, maybe I could read it that way. I think because of the emotions, this energy flows from here to here, but it's also red with this, so this all kind of ties together. This is a spying energy of a Page of Swords. Often the barn owl, you don't know it's there, but it's not so much that I want to say they're spying on you. I think what's happening is their emotions are feeding their ego, and then they read something about you, or they look at something about you from the past or something you said and then read too much into it. Does that make sense? It's like it's somebody you haven't seen in a long time and they're reading something you wrote a long time ago and they're reading a shit ton into it. Oh my God, they really did love me. I mean, it really does. It feels like somebody's obsessed here a little bit. This can play out very mildly. Again, I don't have a devil. I'm trying to be entertaining to keep people, I mean, I exaggerate because I have a large audience. So you have to take what I've said and boil it down a little bit. For some of you, for a couple of you, I'm spot on, though. But you still don't need to call the police. I don't have any kind of devil here. I just have somebody who ran amok with assumptions. This is going to be interesting to clarify. There's more there. I've explained it the best I can on the surface, but I want to go deeper. Hidden energy message to you from the universe. Probably the card that says you're not actually trapped in a well, right? I mean, it probably is. Yeah, the Ten of Wands. This person returning creates a problem for you. If you're trying to figure out who it is, that's the case. Maybe you're in a new relationship and this is an ex. That's a problem. If they're returning in this kind of energy, that's a problem. They're going to make a scene. They're going to calm down. They make assumptions. They go up to your new boyfriend, for example. Let's just say 90% of my audience is female. So we'll just, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, whatever. They go up to your boyfriend, and they go, hey, I hear you've been hitting Steve's viewer. I hear you've been getting violent, right? None of that's true. You're like, that's not true. That's not true. There's like assumptions here that have run wild. You threw Steve's viewer in a well, you motherfucker. Come on out here. Somebody going to make a scene on some level. Either way, this person returning creates a problem for you. entertainment, jokes, and exaggeration aside, it creates a problem. It's a burden for you. I don't know why. This could be you have a soul connection with one of your children. They've left, they've gone off to school, now they come back, they want to live at home. And that's a problem. You turn their room into a clog dancing rehearsal room. Fuck, you want to come back? I thought you were gone. Shit. I got to reassemble your room. Mom, where's all my stuff? We chucked it. You were gone. It creates a problem. Potential final outcome. Oh, shit. This is one of those readings. I know I'm right. I know I'm not explaining it as good as I could, but I'm actually pretty close, believe it or not. 8 of Wands, the very rare energy of this soulmate cycle. It's read with the Empress. You hear from this person shows up, creates a problem for you. You're trapped in a well. They've made assumptions. You're in peril. I don't know. But whatever the case, somebody's changing the course of their destiny to come get you out of the metaphorical well. Okay? This is someone who is long dead. I don't mean they're dead. They might be. This could be an energy that occurs on the astral plane for some of you. If somebody's passed away, it's possible. But for most of you, this is a living person that you've forgotten about. You've buried them. It's done. It's over. You've already mourned it. You're gone. I'm out. Right? It's an X. I'm out. You might still think about them sometimes and go, that fucker ran from me. I'm going to watch a tarot reading and see if they're going to pop up in it. Well, here they are, motherfucker. And I say that motherfucker with love because I think you need it. And I'm not making any assumptions. I think this creates a problem for you. Let's clarify this. Son of a bitch. Okay, let's see where we go. 8 of Wands. I love that that's there. I don't have a devil on the table. I don't have a devil here randomly at the bottom. I might get one when we clarify, but it doesn't matter. It's just going to be, it'll probably be signifying an obsession. Why is the Judgment here? Let's talk about it. Let's go. Let's do it. Oh, fuck me. All right. You see the little thing down in the corner here? Right there? Very rare we get that. This reading is powerful. Anytime you pull on the North Node, I see, or anything super powerful like that, I get those little things. Those are very rare these days. This computer, this new one, handles this fucking camera like crazy. It's a joke for it. But today it's working extra hard, which means there's extra energy here. I can look at the little meter. Normally the CPU's around 2%, 3%. It's up around 14 right now, and there's nothing else running on this thing. So I don't know. Oh, wow. Look at that. The Burger King flew out. Look at that. That's, oh my God. Yeah, I didn't even notice because I was busy looking at the computer. You probably saw it fly out before I did. Bottom of the deck is the sun. Oh my God. And why is that here? The 9 of Cups. Somebody you wanted. This is the Burger King. This is your divine masculine. This is the guy. This is who they keep in the DMs in this soulmate cycle keep showing up as. That's the energy. It is the Burger King energy. Got to have it their way. Well, somebody coming to get it. It's somebody you once, whoever this is, if you're trying to figure it out, because I said they're long dead, you walked away. It's somebody you once wished you could hear from. There you go. There you go. It's minor arcana. They could free will their way out of it. I don't think they do. I think they're going to. I think if they do free will their way out of this and don't show up, again, I'm not a time lord. This could play out over the coming weeks, but I think it happens rather suddenly. I think they'll be very disappointed. I think they'll fall into a deep depression if they don't show up. Wow. Oh, the Chariot. Yeah, they're coming. Yeah, no doubt. Bridging energy, the Chariot on Judgment. Look at this. It's not just, this card is Cancerian energy. It represents the soulmate cycle for me. You're seeing this, right? My camera's not that fucked up today. It's just a little thing in the corner down here. You're seeing this shit, right? This is not just somebody resurrected. And I said earlier, rewind. I said I feel like, I shouldn't say this, but I feel like it happens suddenly. I can't say when, but yeah. No, they come charging in. The Emperor drives the Chariot under controlled situations, and this is a controlled situation. They're coming straight to your house. Let me tell you what, that's unreal that came out there. Okay, and that flew out of the deck, and then I shuffled for a little bit more until I noticed it, and we got this pull. That's fucking wild. That's magic on camera right there. I'll tell you what, that's why I love tarot, that kind of shit. It's a great medium. Especially when you're distracted. You know, that's sometimes why when I shuffle, I joke around about something, or I talk about a stupid neighbor or a stupid processor on the computer or whatever. That's what you should do. I've already put out, I said, tell me about the Empress. I've already put it out there. Now, you need to distract yourself. You need to create a void so nature fills it. The energy fills it with your answer. You do that. If you can perfect that, I know a lot of you pull cards, you'll pull them a lot better. I'll tell you what. And if something flies out of the deck, that means something. Maybe you're an expert shuffler. That'll mean even more. I'm a shitty shuffler, so, it's like, okay. Well, it means something, but no, it mostly just Steve just sucks at shuffling. Three of Pentacles, crossing this. Somebody is changing their life because of you. Somebody feels like they want a new start, a new beginning. They want a partnership. They want you in their life. Again, but there's a panic attached to this of some kind. What's on top? The King of Swords, my king of action. Why is that here? The Fool. Again, somebody here is acting on information, acting on a leap of faith, acting foolishly, shall we even say. Acting on information. This guy got information that there's an invisible bridge here and they're believing it. All right? Yeah, man, there's an invisible bridge there. It's fine. Just go, okay, I believe you because you seem credible. Okay, fine. Idiot. Right? There's no fucking invisible bridge there. They think they've got something. They know something. You're trapped in a well. Okay? You are heartbroken and in peril. Maybe they're even just, if I'm to take the well joke out of it, maybe they just feel like you're missing them. They woke up, they had some kind of delusion that you're thinking about them, feeling them, just missing them, crying, walking around your house, sitting in a corner with whiskey, crying or whatever. They're acting on information that isn't real. And it's going to end poorly for them, I'll tell you that. Okay, mostly because I'm curious at what the burden is for you, but we'll get there. I definitely want to know more about this little barn owl. Tell me about the Page of Swords. I mean, everything I've said, that's why I throw the cards. I don't need them. But I throw the cards because the pictures for you can back up what I'm saying, This totally, it's just straight up. Oh, yes, I know what's going on. There's an invisible bridge. Okay. Really? Okay. You bought that? And again, what did I say? Rewind. I said the DMs also, in the reverse of that energy, on the other side of it, are doubling down on weird shit. You'll see it play out in societal energies too. You'll hear the craziest bullshit, crazier than normal, right? And you'll be inclined to believe that there's an invisible bridge. You will, because it's coming from what you think is a credible source. There's no invisible bridge. I'll tell them that here. I'll tell you that. I'll save you some trouble out there in the world and tell you the same thing. Be your own best friend while Pluto is retrograde. All right? Be your own best friend. Stop looking out. Start looking in. Right here, Queen of Wands, crossing this. This is a superficial nonsense energy. This is, it's trouble in a way. And it's like the King of Pentacles. And why is that here? See, the Five of Cups right there. Somebody thinks they can, because of a feeling. It's almost like, this is what I love it when people do this to me. People with no evidence that they have any intuition whatsoever tell me, my gut tells me we should go in there. My gut tells me. And I say to them, well, you've made mistakes your whole life. This is like somebody I know, and I say, you've made mistakes your whole life. There is no evidence that we should trust your gut about anything. And you're saying we should go in there, wherever there is. It's like that. Somebody here is trusting a gut that so to speak, that, but there's no evidence that they should trust. That's let them down many times, or that they haven't used in a long time. Somebody wants to be your hero. Somebody wants to get you out of a well. Somebody's trusting their gut that you're in trouble, that you're in pain, that you're sitting in a corner crying and eating junk food. It's time for them to rise up, get on the chariot and come in, right? Because you wish they would at one point. At one point, maybe. But not like this. And it creates a problem for you. Let's find out that problem, shall we? Let's go. It creates a burden. Because this is funny that you get this as your final outcome. It is straight up communication. Okay, that's what it is. Straight up. I'm drawn to the red lightning and the 8 wands. It is communication coming in. The line is active. All right, here we go. The telephone line is working. All right, let's go. 10 of wands. So this poses a problem for you. Okay? It poses a problem for you. I don't know. But definitely that's good advice for Pluto retrograde. For anybody watching my reading. It's an inward energy that reflects outward as a phoenix rising energy. In fact, we can even see that here. That's a phoenix rising energy. And again, I could take this reading anywhere I wanted to. For you, the soulmate energies around you right now, you're a new person. Your confidence is on the rise. I saw that in the pre-shuffle, which is probably why this is a problem for you. Okay? It boils down to timing here, I think. All right? But during Pluto retrograde, definitely be your own best friend. Go inward. Keep asking why. That way, when someone tells you there's an invisible bridge, and they seem credible, right? They're the king of swords, Steve, right? You just keep asking, is there? You ask yourself, is there? Is there really? Keep asking, and you'll see that there isn't. 9 times out of 10 in this energy. I think bullshit's coming up on the DM side. And I'll tell you what, they're getting a little nervous. Well, even in the soulmate cycle, they're getting a little nervous. That's why, and sometimes when someone who's ego-based gets nervous, they invent scenarios where they could be the hero, where they could be whatever, where they could be useful. Here you are in peril. That happens all the time, think about if Superman had nobody to save. He would probably, because he's all powerful and power is always corrupting, he would probably start putting people in peril so that he could come in and save them and then just take credit for the save. Rather than, let's forget that I put you in the mess in the first place. That kind of a thing. That's what happens in this type of energy with DMs, with ego-based people. And here we go. Why it creates a problem for you. 2 soulmates coming together. Something you wished for at one point. They come charging in. I've got 2 soulmates coming together here. All right? Yep, at one time. It's a timing issue. At one time, it would have been a balanced thing, but now it's a burden for one side. Okay, what's on top? The 7 of Cups. Again, you're confused. You're confused. You are. Or, for some of you, you think you know who it is in this reading, and that's why you're confused. This Burger King shows up. This King of Wands shows up. They resurrect. It happens, I think, very fast. I think the chariot says that. And you're like, oh my God, it's not who I thought it was. It's so-and-so. Or you're just confused that they're showing up. You're like, Steve, I put this down a long time ago. I thought you were kidding. Oh no, I'm not kidding. This reading is flowing. Cards, I couldn't set up the cards this good. It's backing up every goddamn word I've said. Okay? So, yeah, you're confused. Because it's a timing issue. You wanted this at one time. But now your side is burdened by this person showing up. And you're even confused as to who it is. Or, that it is who you thought it was, or it's not who you thought it was. One or the other. There's thousands of people watching, so cut me some slack. Why is that here? The 5 of Wands. You're like, again, get in your head. Don't get in your head. It's 5 of Wands. It's a very mild energy. You're confused. Something about this person showing up confuses you. Okay, you're in your head. Yeah, but I once wanted this. Yeah, but now it's not the right time. Now I'm in a new relationship. I've moved. I'm not. Da, da, da. Or you're confused by what this person's saying. You know, maybe they don't take me literally, but maybe they show up and they're surprised you're not trapped in a well. I heard you were in peril. I heard you were trapped in a well. I heard you were held hostage. I heard, whatever. Heard you were at an invisible bridge. That kind of a thing. Again, it's just backing up my read. This is, bridging energy is the 10 of Cups. Let's take a look at that. That's the bridging energy. At one time, this would have made you very happy. But now, it's a burden. I mean, these cards have fallen so perfectly. I don't even know. I mean, seriously, it's crazy. Okay. So, I think for the most part, it's a burden because this person doesn't fit anymore. Okay? They're a square peg in a round hole. I don't know. At this time. It's a timing issue. Okay? But this confusion can play out a couple of different ways. You thought you knew who it was. Oh, well, this is definitely about Tommy. This is definitely about India. You sound like that. Okay? Yeah, okay. You might be surprised to find out it's not about Tommy. Don't you fall in the trap of this energy. This energy right now will cause you to make a lot of assumptions. Be careful. Turn inward and ask yourself why before you start running down weird paths yourself. Okay? And start thinking other people are trapped in wells. This energy can affect you as well. All right? Be careful. Don't tie your ego to the fact that you know who my reading is about. Don't tie your ego to anything while Pluto is retrograde. Seriously, I hope I made that point clear in the fucking Pluto reading. I know I did in the extended. Anyway, 8 of Wands. Communication. I feel like. It feels like an energy of, when I tie it to the 10 of Wands, you call the company and you ask for a person. It's just an analogy. You call the company and you ask for a person. Can I talk to Tommy? Okay. And the receptionist says, please hold. And you sat on hold for a long fucking time. And you just gave up at some point and hung up. You just hung up at some point. And you're surprised, and yet albeit burdened, that Tommy actually called you back. That they rang you back, because companies never do that, right? You're surprised. There's some surprise that this person shows up. I don't have a tower here to back that up. I may or may not get one. But there's some surprise here, all right, that this person shows up. Let's go. I'm still shuffling. 8 of Wands. What's the final outcome for my person? My one person watching. What's the final outcome here? Here we go. The wheel. It's not what you expect. The wheel turns everything 180 degrees. It's a lucky break. I said when Jupiter interacts with the North Node, there's still some luck. There's some luck involved. There's some, again, there's a way to look at this and a way not to. I want you to look at this communication as a lucky break. If you do, I think it'll boost your confidence a bit and on some level. I don't know. However, it's one of those moments, it's a 10 moment. This is a 10 in the major arcana. 10s are the end-to-end, dead-end that lead to a new beginning. But it's one of those moments that this communication puts an end to something. You almost miss the fact that they weren't there, It's almost like you tell yourself, for a few of you, you tell yourself, well, I don't get to watch tarot readings anymore now that they've reached out. It feels like an ending to you in some way. I'd rather you looked at it as a beginning in some capacity, even if you send this person packing because they don't fit anymore. They're too late, kind of a thing. All right? That company calls you back that you hung up because you were on hold for so long. They call you back, and you say, well, I've already bought it from another company, right? So, I'm not going to buy 2. I only need 1 bass boat. I don't need 2, right? All right, what's on top here? 9 swords, although I'd like to. That would be nice. Anyway, 9 swords. It ties again to this, creates problem for you. But what's interesting about this 9 swords is it's read with the King of Swords. And this is that truth that they believe that there's an invisible bridge here, which is why they make the stupid move in the first place of showing up and thinking that you're trapped in a fucking well or you're in peril in some way. I think this bothers you. It bothers you. It confuses them that you're okay. Sure, I get that. But this is tied to your energy. This is you, even though I don't approve of your bedtime attire. But whatever. Whatever. It's not for me to judge. This is you. Okay? It's, I don't know. It makes you uncomfortable. Something about this person reaching out makes you uncomfortable. Maybe they know things about you. Maybe it is, if I'm to back up and go a couple of layers deeper, can I do that? Maybe it is a burden for you that this person that you once wished for finally shows up at this Burger King here, and they show up rather suddenly, and you're in a new relationship. And you've told that new person some things and haven't told them some other things, and then you got somebody, this person showing up. You're worried they're going to be a blabbermouth. They might contradict things you've said or add things that you didn't want to tell the new person, right? I mean, I don't know. It could play out that way. Let's see. Why's the 9 swords here? Yeah. Everything I just said, every motherfucking thing I just said just got backed up. I read the energy first, then I throw the cards. I do that to have impact. It's the Knight of Swords. Message of change. This person just showing up out of fucking nowhere creates a problem for you. No matter, you're confused about who it is or whatever, but it creates a problem. Because they're showing up and they might say some things in your current situation that don't fit. I said it could play, you don't have to be in a new relationship. I already said, rewind. They're a square peg in a round hole now. Right? That square peg shows up. It could be anything. It could be somebody here has information about you that you don't want your current situation, whatever that is, to know. This happens all the time. I mean, I remember when I was a teenager, and I was playing in bands, I stopped inviting my dad to gigs. Even though he was a real drinker and he loved bars and stuff like that, he'd shoot pool, I stopped inviting him to gigs because he was embarrassing. I was trying to be cool. I was in the band, right? I was trying to be cool, and he'd just say shit out of nowhere that I didn't want other people to know. I mean, in an exaggeration, he used to shit himself until, it was that kind of, it's like, oh my God, get the fuck out of here. And I get it. He was proud, and he went crazy with it. I get it. But it's a good way to explain what's happening here. It's my dad at a gig. And as soon as I saw him coming toward the backstage, I knew any coolness I had, any street cred was about to go bye-bye. I stopped inviting him. And again, I think that's why you put this person down on some level. Okay? I don't know. They're a bull in a china closet in your life. That's what I used to call my dad. A bull in a china closet. They're a bull in a china closet. And it's a burden for you. Okay? It is what it is. I'm going to pull the bridging energy here. I looked at it. It's the 6 of Pentacles. It's kind of a sideways. It's not a reverse 6 of Pentacles, although I think it should be. I read reversals even though the cards are upright. They know too much. It's out of balance. They know too much. Okay? I'm going to tie this to the 2 of Cups that was crossing here. At one time, it would have been great, but it's bad timing. Okay? Now you're given to this. I don't need these coins. These kids don't need these coins now. They needed them before, right? Before mom met the rich guy. Then mom met the rich guy. They don't need dad's coins anymore because look at them. They're all dressed in designer clothes now and everything. Now it's just overkill. It is that same energy I've been talking about. It's bad timing. There's something about it. It's a square peg in a round hole. Take it how you want to take it. I've tried to explain it. It is what it is. It's tough energy to explain. I think my dad at my gigs was the perfect way to phrase it here. It's like I just stopped inviting him. It's like, oh man, you're killing me. You're killing me. Why can't you just keep your mouth shut? Of course he couldn't because he'd had a couple of shots and half a dozen beers. Oh boy. Oh my God. Anyway, 3 cards at the bottom and a crossing card. All right. Let's see where we go. What else you want to tell my people before we go? Anything? We're going to go pull some wicked voodoo on this. Look, I want to point out again, I don't have a 7 of Swords or a devil on the table. 7 of Swords being mild devil energy about lying and stuff like that. I don't even have one here. I'm done shuffling. Okay? So, I got an Ace of Cups. This is an opportunity for you to put something to rest. R.I.P. Once and forever. Okay? Put something to rest in peace. Once and for all. Whatever it is. It's... You hear from this person. That's why I said around the Wheel of Fortune, I want you to look at it as a positive, not a negative. Okay? I want you to just, again, it's a chance for you to get a resolve on something you never got a resolve on before. And also, again, sort of state your case in a way. I don't know how else to phrase it. Sort of state your case. Right? I mean, I don't know. This person here, though, I think they're way out of balance. I think they're sharing some things they shouldn't be sharing, and you're worried that they're going to be a bull in the china closet in your life. Square peg in a round hole. Timing issue. Ace of Cups, 4 of Wands. I told you there wouldn't be a devil. And the King of Cups, I didn't look. I didn't know. 10 Swords. What's under the 10 Swords? The 6 of Wands. It's everything I just told you. I already said it. I felt it all coming off of that. I've already said it. It's a chance for you to put something to rest in peace. It boosts your confidence if you take this from a positive angle and don't freak out. I mean, if I could go back in time to one of those gigs, I would see my dad coming and I would freak out. I'd go, oh God, oh no, is there any way I could get a bouncer to keep him from coming back here? Right, because there was always a backstage area with girls and people back there. It was nice. It's a bit of that. Had I gone back in time, I would probably look at it more as a positive. I would take what he was saying and spin it and work it to my advantage. But instead, I went into panic mode, and I didn't do that. I was young. I hadn't learned yet, right? I'm teaching you a little piece of wisdom here that I didn't have then, which is don't go into panic mode when this person shows up because, oh my God, well, they're going to say something to my new person, or they're going to this, or they're a square peg in a round hole of timing. I wanted it before, but not now. Don't freak out. Take whatever they say and be the kung fu master who just controls their space and parry it away and just, again, work with it. I think if you look at it from a positive angle, you can put something to rest in peace once and for all, a connection with you and this person, and you can come out victorious. It doesn't mean you don't end up with them. In fact, the opportunity for it is there. It's up to you. This can go either way. 4 of Wands, happy new beginning in love. The Ace of Cups, wow. And a King of Cups. This is an opportunity to open up to each other on some level. That's what the King of Cups and Ace of Cups are talking about. It's an opportunity to open up to each other. Whether you're calling them an asshole for showing up and thinking you're in a well, whatever you say to this person, negative or positive, whatever you do it from the soul. Speak with emotion. Speak with as much feeling as a singer would singing their hit love song. You know what I'm saying? Do it like that. Just rip your guts out, rip your soul out when you're talking to this person. It might be your last chance to do it. Okay? Keep that in mind. All right. It's a wonderful opportunity. I got a 10 here crossing your final outcome and a 10 here crossing the final message to you. And underneath that, I got victory. And underneath this, I got victory. I've got justice. I got 2 major arcanas here. See what I'm saying? Justice. This ends well for you if you take my advice and you take it from the positive angle and you don't act like I did at those gigs. If you go into panic mode, you will fuck this. You will screw it up. You will make this person suspicious as to why you don't want them in your life. You'll only feed the you're trapped in a well energy, right? You'll only feed it. That's all. It's just the way the energy works. So keep that in mind. If you're positive, you're going to have a more positive interaction with them. There's 2 ways to look at it. I would suggest going that way. If you want the extended, there's a couple of links at the top of the description. Should be very interesting, to say the least. All right. That's your reading. I hope it was helpful. Good luck.